What's up, my people? It's your guy, J Prince, back again with some real talk. And today, I'm diving deep into something that most people won't talk about. Pornography. Yeah, I said it. Not because I'm trying to be edgy, but because it's one of the biggest silent struggles out there. And trust me, I know this battle firsthand. I didn't quit porn because I became some superhuman overnight. I didn't just wake up one morning and say, "That's it, I'm done," and magically walk away like it was nothing. That's not how it works. I had to get real, raw, and brutally honest with myself. So today, I want to share the 5 techniques I used to quit pornography, not because I think I'm better than anyone, but because I know someone out there needs this. Someone's future self is depending on what we're talking about right now. Let's get into it. The first thing, I got sick of the shame. Let's be real, the shame hits different. Imagine that post-nut guilt. It's not just a minor inconvenience. It's not just, "Oh man, I shouldn't have done that." It's a soul-level emptiness. You close your laptop, and there's this pit in your stomach. You feel like trash. Like you just betrayed your own values, your own self. At first, I told myself it was just a phase, just a little release, nothing serious. But over time, I realized something wasn't right. It wasn't just about watching people have sex on a screen, it was about what it was doing to my mind, my spirit, and my self-worth. That emptiness wasn't normal. That guilt wasn't normal. I started to ask myself, why am I okay living in this cycle of shame? And the answer is, I wasn't. See, porn isn't just pixels on a screen, it's a trap. A mind game. It takes something natural and powerful, your sexuality, and twists it into something hollow, repetitive, and isolating. When I got sick of the shame, that was the turning point. That's when I stopped justifying it. That's when I decided, I want more for my life than this. The second thing I did is tracking my triggers. Now here's the part most guys get wrong. Porn isn't just about lust. If you're only blaming your horniness, you're missing the bigger picture. So I started asking, when am I watching porn? What am I really feeling in those moments? And let me tell you this, it wasn't about sex. It was about loneliness, boredom, anxiety, stress, and especially late nights. I realized that porn became my escape, for it grew to be my coping mechanism. When I was feeling down, I would opt for porn. When feeling stressed, porn was the solution. When feeling rejected, pornography hugged me tightly. It wasn't about pleasure, it was about numbing pain and escaping reality. So I started tracking those emotional triggers. Every time I had the urge, I wrote it down, what time it was, what I was doing, how I was feeling. And guess what? A pattern showed up, loud and clear. Awareness is power. Once you know your triggers, you're not a slave to them anymore. You stop reacting. You start preparing. And that's when the game changes. The third thing I did is I started talking about it. This one was a little bit tough. Because let's be honest, talking about porn addiction? That's uncomfortable and embarrassing. Most men would rather stay silent than admit they're struggling with it. But silence is where the addiction thrives. Shame grows in the dark. And as long as I kept it to myself, it had control over me. So I decided to break the silence. I opened up to some of my friends, including Brian, Miguel, and Zombie, whom I trusted. I got in therapy and I started listening to podcasts and content from people who had been through it. And slowly, the weight started lifting. The more I talked, the less alone I felt. The more I shared, the more I healed. Because here's the truth, you can't fight a battle you're too ashamed to admit exists. Porn doesn't define you. Your addiction doesn't make you weak. Hiding from it does. If you want to take your power back, you've got to break the silence. That's where healing begins. The fourth practical thing I did is replacing the habit. Here's a hard pill to swallow, you can't just quit porn. You have to replace it. If you try to remove something that's been a part of your daily life, without filling that void, your brain is going to fight back. And at the end you're going to relapse. So I stopped trying to white-knuckle my way through it. I started building a life I didn't need to escape from. I replaced the habit with the start of doing workouts. With this I hit the gym consistently, thus burning that energy out. The second habit I adopted is reading books. I consistently fed my mind with content that lifted me up. The third thing I did is taking cold showers. I decided to make it a routine by taking bath every morning. It was painful at first, but it trained my discipline and killed the cravings. The fourth habit that I sank into was digging into deep work. I channeled that focus into more appealing goals. And the last thing I did is engaging myself into real conversations. By that I started building actual connections. See, this isn't just about quitting porn. It's about rebuilding your dopamine system, rewiring your brain to get satisfaction from things that actually matter. Every time I chose a workout over a website, I was winning. Every time I read a book instead of watching strangers, I was taking my life back. The last technique I applied is giving myself a grace. Let me say something loud and clear for the guys who are trying and falling. Relapse doesn't mean failure. Yeah, I slipped up multiple times. I'd go days, even weeks, clean, and then boom. One late night, one moment of weakness, and I was back. But I didn't let that be the end of my story. I didn't start from scratch every time I slipped. I picked up where I left off. I treated it like a journey, not a prison sentence. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. And every day you fight, every day you choose to try again, you're rebuilding yourself. See, porn stole years from me. Years I can't get back. But the moment I said, enough is enough, that's when the healing began. That's when I started reclaiming my time, my energy, my peace. And if you're watching this right now, I want you to hear this. Your story can start today. Not with guilt, not with shame, but with a decision. A decision to say, I want better. Not just for a week, not just to test your willpower, but for your future self. For the man you're becoming. To crown everything, quitting porn isn't easy. But neither is staying addicted. It'll steal your time. It'll rob your energy. It'll keep you from being fully alive. And deep down, you already know that. But here's the good news, you're not broken. You're not weak. You're not alone. You just need a reason, a strategy, and some real support. This journey? It's not about being perfect. It's about becoming powerful. And I believe in you. So if this video hit you, like, comment, and subscribe because we're building a community of strong, healed men right here. No more silence. No more shame. Just growth. And if you're starting your journey today, drop your favorite emoji in the comments section. Let's support each other. Remember, the decision starts now. Your future self is waiting. Thanks for watching. Let's meet in the next captivating video.